Hi, I'm Will Taylor from Compassa, and the other day I was delivering incident investigation training to a group of managers, and I had a really interesting experience because during the witness interview role play, we do role play witness interviews to give them some basic interviewing skills. One of them kind of verbally attacked me. So I was pretending to be this warehouse manager, and I wasn't a particularly good warehouse manager. I wasn't managing the forklift drivers particularly well, and that had caused a forklift injury. But he started to tell me everything I was doing wrong in the warehouse. And the interview was so bad, I actually had to just pause the role play and do a little bit more training on how to carry out a professional and useful witness interview. You see, witness interviews aren't about trying to prove people wrong. They are about gathering facts, gathering information. So we should mainly be asking questions. And when people admit to doing things the wrong way, or when they say we do this and we know they should do that instead, it's not helpful to tell them that they're doing things wrong. Why? Because when you start to disagree with people, when you start to criticize people, you lose rapport. They don't like you anywhere near as much as at the start of the interview. And what happens? Well, they stop talking. They stop talking, they stop cooperating, they stop answering your questions, and it might even turn into a full-blown argument. So just be careful of that. Watch that. When you're interviewing someone, try and make them feel at ease. Give them a tea, coffee, offer them some biscuits. Exchange some pleasantries. Thank them for their time. Make sure they're comfortable. Introduce yourself properly. Introduce your scribe properly if you have a scribe. Ask them if there's anything that they need. And then just start asking them the questions, nodding, smiling, writing things down, and prompting them a little bit more. Tell me more about this, tell me more about that. When was it? When this? And when there's some kind of contradiction, when there's something which conflicts with the existing evidence, we don't accuse them of being a liar. I knew one person who used to say something like, if I catch you lying, I'll assume everything you've just said is a lie. I say, well, that's a scary way of starting an interview, isn't it? If we catch them saying something which we're unsure about, we just say, well, that's interesting. I'm glad you said that because I've got evidence here which shows this, and what you've just said says that. And both can't be true, really. Can you explain the difference? Can you explain why these two pieces of evidence conflict? Now, maybe they're telling the truth and the other evidence is wrong. Maybe the paperwork is wrong, or the other person is mistaken. So just say, well, we've got this and we've got that. Explain it. Sometimes with CCTV, it's interesting. Sometimes you might have CCTV of the accident, and the person you're interviewing, let's say the injured person, gives you a story that's completely different. Well, we don't accuse them of being a liar and say, you're a liar because the CCTV shows us this. No, you just say, oh, that's really interesting. Well, actually, I've got CCTV of the incident. Let's just watch it together. Walk me through what we can see on the screen. That person's not going to watch the CCTV and continue to tell you that barefaced lie. You don't have to accuse them of being a liar. I knew this other chap, very, very senior person as well. In one organisation, he was telling me about his interviews. And he used to enjoy catching people out, and he used to say to them something like, I think you should go outside and give some thought to what you're about to say and think very carefully. And he used to send people out of the room. And I was like, well, I don't know. I don't think that's any way of carrying out an interview. That sounds more like a disciplinary interview to me. That's not an incident investigation interview. Anyway, so just remember, try and build rapport with your interviewees. Try and make them feel comfortable. Remember, you're gathering information. You're not there to judge. You're not there to criticize. You're not there to tell them how to do their job. You can save that for the investigation report, which you'll write up at the end. Anyway, look after yourselves. If you've got anything to say, any comments, please drop them below. Catch you later.